Thanks for watching the channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see my weekly videos. So I've got a calf injury. So how did I get the calf injury and what am I doing about it? So it's amazing, even when you know what to do, sometimes you just don't do it. So I was running for multiple weeks. Basically, you're supposed to run for about 3 weeks of a gradual increase in your mileage and then have an easier week and then repeat that process. That helps build up your mileage, gets your body used to running, and gives yourself that little bit of a break and helps your body revive itself. So that's what you're supposed to do, and I know that's what you're supposed to do, but that's not what I've been doing. So I ran for 6 weeks of increased mileage with no easy week. I knew I was doing it, but I still did it. So the reason I did it was I was only having a small increase each week and I was feeling fine. And this always happens to folk. I've seen it happen to other people. I've advised people before, have an easy week. Don't keep increasing your mileage. Something may go wrong, and I've seen it happen. I know this happens, and I still did it myself. You could kick yourself, you really could. So I basically did 6 weeks, as I say, of increased mileage, where I knew I shouldn't have done. Typically, the week 6, I was planning on having an easier week, but that's the week I got an injured calf. I should have done it sooner. I know I should have done, but I didn't. So I don't normally get any issues at all with my calf muscle, but I did after one particular run. Nothing really happened. I felt fine during the run. Towards the end of my run, my calf was just getting a bit stiff. I thought, that's unusual. It's a little bit stiff. I'll just take it easy. Got to the end of the run. It was still a bit sore. It was just beginning to get a bit sore after the run. So I had planned to do another run later that day, just a very short run. But I thought, no, that's it. I know I should be easing off here. And my calf's playing up a little bit, so I'll take it easy. I'll not go for a run later on. Following day, still a little bit sore, so I went for a walk. I think I did that for the next couple of days. Didn't do any running, just went for a couple of shorter walks, just to try and rest my calf. It was that was all happening on the, we think what day it was, Thursday. Thursday, calf began to get sore. Went for a walk Friday and Saturday. Sunday, I thought I'll go for a very short run. I think I was planning to do 2-3 miles, just to see how it was feeling. It was still sore when I was running on that run, and it progressively got sore, and I stopped running and I started walking. I thought, right, okay, I've got a bit of an issue here. I need to ease off the running. I need to take a few days off. So I did that, got home, riced it. So rest, ice, compress and elevate. So I did all of that. Had my foot up, put ice on it, used a compression sock on it and rested it. So I thought I was doing the right thing. I was doing the right thing. Did that for 5 days, didn't go for any runs at all. Made sure I took ibuprofen for 5 days solid, trying to make any swelling go down. I couldn't see any swelling, but I was just trying anything to make the issue go away. So after 5 days of rest, ice, compress and elevating and taking ibuprofen, I went for another short walk. Didn't do any running, didn't want to push it. So I went for, I can't remember how far the walk was, wasn't particularly long, went very slowly. Leg felt okay. So I thought, okay, this is good. I could feel it getting better each day throughout the week. Felt okay in a short walk. So left it an extra day, didn't do anything at all the next day. And the following day, which was 2-3 days ago now, I thought, okay, I'll test it out on a short run. Seeing as though it's been improving, felt okay on a walk. So went for 4-mile run, very easy pace. As soon as I started running, it was sore. That's the point. As soon as I started running and it was sore, I should have stopped. I didn't. I thought, okay, it's still a little bit sore, but maybe as I keep running, it'll ease off. Sometimes you can run through something and it'll become easier. Not with a calf muscle, as I've found out since. So I carried on with my run. Very slow pace, very, very slow pace, but I was just so pleased to be out running. It was a lovely day. I was out on a lovely trail. I was smiling away to myself, even though my calf was sore. I thought, my goodness, I've not been out for the past week, really, for a run. I've missed it. I was pleased to be out. I just carried on running gently, hoping that as I continued, it become less sore. And I started thinking in my head, is that getting any? It's definitely not getting any sore, but it's staying the same. And I was just hoping it was going to gradually get less sore. It didn't really. Bit before I got back to the car, I just walked it off a little. Thought I'll stop early, have a wee walk, and see if that improves it. Didn't really improve it. I wasn't overly happy with myself that I'd actually pushed it more than I should have done. I knew I'd pushed it more than I should, really, but I just wanted to go for a run. I like running. Got home, stretched it off a bit, thought, how's this going to pan out? Is it going to get any better? Have I gone too far? Have I put it back a bit? My calf just stiffened up much more. Got a lot sorer than it had done at all, even in the previous week. So I phoned my local sports therapist that I go and see, asked Wendy for some advice, and she pretty much said I'd done the right thing in the first week, but I'd gone back way too early. As soon as I started doing those first few steps when I tested it out on that run, as soon as it was sore, I should have stopped. I should have gone back to the car, gone home, and it wasn't ready for running. I should have given it more time. So I pretty much put myself back to square one, typically. So I've lost out on that week of it improving. So now, yeah, it's still sore. Not walking downstairs properly, walking sideways. It's better today than it was yesterday, which was better than it was the day before, which was really sore. But I know what I've got to do now. Basically, I need to have a good few weeks off running, which for me, that's going to be hard. But I know realistically, it's only a few weeks. See how it is. Don't go running until I know there's no issue at all. So I need to go back through the process of ricing. So rest, ice, compress, elevate. So I've been doing that the past couple of days. I'm not going to go for walks for a few days, and even when I do, it's going to be a super short walk, and just slowly get back into things. Not even going to contemplate going for a run for a few weeks. I need to make sure it's not playing up in the slightest. So that's what I need to do. That's where I'm at. So if anybody out there has picked up a calf injury, I wasn't really aware of this beforehand because I've never really had calf issues, but calves take time to heal. Don't rush back into it if you've had a calf issue. So I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm probably going to go around the bend. I will go around the bend. But I know that the end isn't that far off, really. It's a few weeks of no running. And then the rest of my body will have been rested as well. Slightly annoying because I'm in a virtual race at the moment. So I've had to change my ideas of that. I was going to be running a certain distance, then I was doing well. I extended the distance, and then I was still doing well. And I thought, I'm going to go even further in this virtual race, go for a longer distance. Now, I don't even know if I'm going to do the basic distance. Realistically, calf comes first, virtual race. If I get it finished, finishes the end of August, great. If I don't, I don't. Just have to think about it differently. You need to adapt, don't you? Things change. So my idea of completing this race has had to change with it. Hopefully it can still get there, but I need to make sure I'm not just going to spend the entire summer being injured. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too depressing for anyone out there. I'm not too down about it. I know what's happened. I've now learned something about calf injuries. I've been sent some YouTube videos as well on how to look after it in the coming weeks. Different type of massaging, put some KT tape on it, things like that. But initially, just in these first few days, it's the rice technique is what I'm going to be doing. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thanks now.